Customer platform, it's time to start the day. Discover all the value you already own. Don't let solutions slip away. Wake up, customer platform. The tools are at your hand. No need to sleep on capabilities that can help your business stand. The answer's right before your eyes. You just need to realize. Wake up, customer platform, and watch your business rise. Wake up, wake up. The platform's waiting for you. Wake up, wake up. See what your system can do.
Good morning, HubSpot Nation. It is time to wake up customer platform with your unofficial HubSpot Updates morning show, where we help you discover the platform value you already own. I'm Chris Carolan, joined by my co-host Casey Hawkins. We're here every weekday morning to make sure you're not sleeping on HubSpot's true capabilities. If you're joining live, drop a hello in the comments and let us know what you're building in HubSpot. Today, it is Tuesday, October 14th, 2025. How are we doing, Casey?
I'm fine. I am deeply troubled that we are in mid-October. I am still convinced that last week was September, and that's not true.
That is not true. That's correct. Awareness is good. It's good to be aware.
Step one is awareness. I'm also not very good with my invoices, so we're also in mid-October and still getting out our October invoices, as you know, Chris, actually.
Yes, and indeed. Now we're digging into something. The real value that you get from things like HubSpot is conversations like this.
I do have some automated invoices through Commerce Hub, and those are great because they just go. They don't require me.
Yes, indeed. We're almost there. Almost to that world. Nico and I were just talking about that. Value First AI Daily. That world where everything could just work. And we could just show up doing the things that we want to do, add the value that we want to add. Because of things like this update, honestly, this is not even, I love how most of these segues are not that hard, honestly. But because of things like this, right? Customer agent can now view and edit contact properties directly in your CRM. And that is also the statement after what is it? So why does it matter, Casey?
You got to do 2 in 1 today. Why does it matter? Your CRM holds a ton of context about your business and your customers. And now the customer agent can tap into that context to have smarter and more personalized conversations, making customer interactions smoother and more meaningful than ever.
Let's go.
And just for anyone else like myself who was a little confused, yesterday we discussed that custom assistants can now access the CRM. This is customer agent different
Yes.
update.
Yep. Especially when you pay for one via credits and you don't pay for the other one.
Yeah.
But this is huge. And of course, it's only, customer agent in general is only valuable if this statement is true. Your CRM holds a ton of context about your business and your customers. If you can't say a resounding yes to that, then you're going to struggle to wake up to the value that is inside HubSpot as we move forward. But one of the projects that I like to help people with is building out self-service portals, using HubSpot CMS plus CRM, because it gets you to a place where the internal team can just maintain data in the CRM, and that automatically maintains the self-service portal for customers to see. So we're always looking at the same things. You don't have to go to a separate spot to make sure the data looks right. It's like a window. Any data in HubSpot can be presented on a web page, which creates kind of this window. Now when you can have like customer agent like at the window, there was a lot of people developing stuff like, okay, how do we make it an interactive experience on the website so that people can edit their own data without having to log into HubSpot either internally or externally? And here you go. Like, here's that layer where if you design your data model in this way, it's already like, it's ready. Like you could leverage this immediately. I'm very interested. This is the part where like 100 credits per conversation, starts to become meaningful in terms of like, if you just go with your professional credits availability right now, you get 30 conversations, right? With customer agent. So now the more people that use this and enable this, we should start to get an understanding of what the real cost is here. But like, it's hard to imagine that isn't a valuable thing being done when it's also maintaining the CRM based on what customers are asking, based on actual customer behavior and interaction, right? So we are going from a world where we're trying to infer and assume what is happening on our website to a world where, when we talked about scoring yesterday, right, where we can actually use real, like, trusted behavior and actions, like, to maintain the data in the CRM and create new data, better data, contextual data, without having to, build our own human biases and assumptions into the mix. Obviously, I'm in like AI paradigm mode today, so
This is getting really deep.
forgive me, but this is super powerful. Like, and it's just like stuff like this is going to keep happening. Like in HubSpot, this is what it means to have an intelligent layer, like in the software that supports your business.
So, I read through the How Does It Matter yesterday.
So how does it work?
How does it work? Chris is
All right.
on a whole nother level than I am today, clearly. Um, you know, how does it work? And like it follows an example where someone is able to use the agent to ask for what their billing address is, and then they are able to update their billing address like within the chat itself. All great things. But when you talk about the value there, it does kind of come down to like, okay, like historically, if someone had to update their billing address, they'd have to email someone, and then someone would have to like manually go in and copy and paste, update, whatever. And honestly, hopefully they remember. I mean, now there's more autosave, but in the past, hopefully they remember to click save on it even. And sometimes the billing address is in multiple fields, so you have to update the address, the state, the city, the zip. Like, there are kind of a lot of steps. And now if customer agent's able to do that, we're talking 100 credits per use right now, right, per conversation. So I was like just looking at what the overage is, and it's like 900. I mean, we're talking 90 cents if you're buying overage credits per update, you have to go to the
90
price.
cents like per credit?
No,
No.
for 100 credits, so per
Oh,
run,
per conversation.
per
Okay.
conversation. Yeah,
In this use case.
in this use case, which, yeah, I mean, that seems pretty good.
I mean, yeah. I guess it begs the question of like starting and stopping conversations with the same like user, especially in the self-service like situation where people are used to like coming back to the same place and maintaining their own data. But this is a great example use case where this is the kind of stuff that like it causes so much struggle between teams of
Mhm.
creating this accessibility to update billing addresses, but then building permissioning, which is another thing that comes up. Like, so if you want, like if a customer says they haven't received their bill, share their billing address to confirm it's correct. Like, how do you know? Like, maybe it's not a person that is allowed to change the billing address,
Mm.
right?
Mhm.
So building in that kind of permissioning and security is going to be interesting. So it's just it's a different way of thinking about it.
Yeah,
Uh, and just
that's true.
imagine, so like if you're there, if you're the person that's responsible for managing billing addresses and you might be worried about, customer agent taking your job, I guarantee you could come up with 10 ideas right now of things you could be doing instead of managing people's billing addresses,
Yeah.
right? That might add a little more value
Mhm.
than maintaining that data in the system.
Mhm.
So this is a very powerful update,
Mhm.
uh, for sure. Starts out with 10, contact properties.
And I think that's an important call out because if we're using the example of billing address, knowing not everyone, but most of the HubSpot ecosystem is B2B, is the billing address actually on the contact record? So that's just like if you want to utilize this, you want to choose your 10 contact properties, like that's something to consider.
Yeah, and you brought up a good point that like for us to manage it in the systems that we've designed, it works better so that we can tokenize every piece of the address, right? So
Mhm.
you have street address, you have city, state. AI is not going to need that.
Mhm.
So are we going to go back to um, like one address uh, property to catch them all, right?
Yeah, and, like, the billing address, I don't know, like, but is the billing if you're, like, enabling ability, following the example that HubSpot put into this update, if you're using billing address, is that actually address 1, address 2, city, state, zip, country? Like, is that 6 fields plus you need your contact property and match? Like, um
Yeah. I actually don't like the contact being used as the example here for address.
Mhm.
Um, it really only makes sense to me in the context of B2C.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
so, but baby steps,
Yeah.
right? And I do think like once we see like most interactions on a site, if it's going to be enablement of changing data in the system, like it has to be based on a login, like knowing who that person is, like they've got to give you an account number, they've got to give you email address, something to be able to connect to records in the system.
Yeah.
And the reason I love HubSpot is that's always driven through the contact. Like that makes way more sense to drive it through that direction
Mhm.
because there is somebody on the other side, at
Mhm.
least right now,
Mhm.
there's a human like having this interaction. right? It's not a
Mhm.
company showing up to this agent and saying, oh, for our company, make these changes.
Mhm.
Sorry, any AP ats or AR ats email addresses that don't want to be seen as humans.
Um, it's true. There is a level of this where there's actually an authentication of the person. So they enter their email and then there's like a verification code that gets sent. Um, and not that that really helps in the case of, like you mentioned, like, is this person authorized to change the billing address? But it is a nice safety in the respect of like, just not, I couldn't just type in, I know Chris's email and suddenly I can go to a website and like cause havoc.
Add it up. Yeah. Yeah. So very interesting. And these other three are from yesterday.
Just to be clear.
One thing I might not have mentioned yesterday as we read through, custom assistants can now read HubSpot CRM data. Until I get confirmation, which I haven't gotten from the Breeze team, I think we are to take this word read literally, in terms of it can only read data, it cannot write, which means it cannot create, it cannot edit or update data like Breeze Assistant can. I haven't tested it out yet, but usually when we see read or write or edit or create, has specific meaning when we're talking about HubSpot. So that's just a quick note there. I'm going to double check this all page to make sure we are caught up. It was a holiday yesterday, so not super surprised that there's only one update.
And then tomorrow we'll have 15 or something.
Yep, it's usually how it goes. But remember, we've got the inbound rebound is continuing on the admin's hug with Sales Hub today, and the admin's hug is 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern every Tuesday. Always like a good 100, 200 people at least. Since it's Sales Hub, I'm gonna guess like 500 today. It's usually like anything related to sales. Generally the biggest numbers. It makes sense. Like, again, we mentioned yesterday, when you know what these people are working on, a lot of them, like Melissa with meetings, applies outside of sales, right? So cool to see all the product managers showing up in this way. Our good friend Jonas Demetz showing up next week.
Hi, Jonas.
HubSpot deduplication. Very interesting post from Lauren about Salesforce and duplication yesterday. I learned a lot from that post.
I did too. I didn't know people intentionally made duplicates ever.
Yep. And I'm going to tell Rob we want to talk about it on the helpline later this week, because it represents a situation where like we sometimes feel forced to do things poorly in HubSpot because of the way that things have been done outside of HubSpot. And I didn't know all the details behind it, but it was always interesting to me as somebody who's not ever dealt with like the direct integration with Salesforce, why this is like, how has this problem not been solved yet? And then basically in one post, it's like, oh, okay, that's why. Like, and it's nothing to do with the abilities of HubSpot and everything to do with the other system. So I'm sure we'll learn more about duplicates in general from Jonas with Qualify next week. We've got Inbound Rebound Marketing Hub the week after. Open AI for smarter GTM. And got HubSpot and Matt from HubJoy here on November 4th. And I hit the load more button like before we started just to see what was up. And some exciting ones at the end of the year, or towards the end, where we've got HubSpot admins show and tell. You were on the last one of these, right?
I was on the last one. And actually I've been thinking, I was like, do I have anything to show and tell lately? But I've been a little bit more been wearing my coaching hat a little more lately, which is good. And I like doing that, but it means I don't really.
But it makes you better at showing and telling.
Yeah, but I'm a little like, I don't know if there's
So
anything.
let's build some stuff and
that I can show and tell you.
Yeah. We got org chart hub acquisition. So if you've been enjoying org charting it up, honestly, in HubSpot, they'll be going into the features. This was another one of the best attended hugs in past, like org chart hub guys showing up. And then projects object. Let's walk through the new project object, and I'd be very surprised if they do this without having the subtasks and the new things on the development roadmap done. I've had a chance to talk to Mark. Super cool dude. Really love what they're trying to accomplish with the project object. I've been having fun with it already, and I don't like project management. So there's that. Probably why I don't agree with most of the project management people out there. But very cool schedule here. So if you need help, like staying up to date with HubSpot, like it's 1 hour a week, either during live or the recording. Like get it in, get the learning in.
It's fun to show up live too. The chat is usually pretty lively. And so if you want to connect with other HubSpot people, honestly, the chat at the admin hug is a really good way to do that.
Yep. And special thanks to Jeremy Myers for always keeping it interesting.
And when I say the chat's usually lively, I mean Jeremy's usually lively.
Yeah. I never can resist engaging him in all the different ways that he shows up to the admin hug. And that's just a part of the platform that we get to be a part of every day. Super thankful for Deanna making sure that has kept going, and allows Kyle to take many months off. So it's been really cool, and thanks to Jeanette for stepping up to help Deanna with that as well. So good to see the community coming together.
For sure.
And remember, folks, you probably already own the solution you're looking for in HubSpot. Sometimes you just need to wake up to it. Join us tomorrow morning live at 7:30 a.m. Central, or catch us anytime on Spotify and Apple Music. Drop your biggest takeaway in the comments and let us know what capabilities you want to wake up to next. Until then, I'm Chris Carolan.
And I'm Casey Hawkins.
And this has been Wake Up Customer Platform. Now go build something amazing. Have a great day,
Customer platform, it's time to start the day. Discover all the value you already own. Don't let solutions slip away. Wake up, customer platform.